Hello and welcome to the Totally Casual Gaming Totally Casual Gauntlet. This is week 2 for me. And, well, I kind of lied. So, last video, at the end, I was talking about how I was going to go ahead and not skip, but basically like put aside Pillars of Eternity to play Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Well, as it turns out, the information I had was wrong. And apparently Kingdom Hearts 2.8 is coming out on the 24th, which I did not know, really. I thought it was coming out that coming week, so I was like, well, cool, alright, I'll just play Pillars of Eternity then. So I started that a couple days ago, and after about 4 hours I realized that as much as I should like this sort of game, because I really enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons, and it's kind of written the same way. It is inspired after the game Baldur's Gate, after all. The combat just really doesn't do it for me. I was not enjoying myself at all playing, so after about 4 hours of playing, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop here. If I'm interested in the story, I'll just look up the story and not really really put myself to not enjoying a game. The whole point of the series is to go through games that we actually thought we would enjoy and not leave them off for another time to never be played again. So I dropped Pillars of Eternity and respun the wheel, and what I got on the respin was Final Fantasy VI. So now I'm with Austin now in the Final Fantasy train. Final Fantasy VI, I had played a good amount of. Right now, I had left off just a little before halfway through the game. I think it's what they call the Magitech Factory. Basically, they're like these mechs that harness what they call magicite. And I can explain that in a bit, but basically they're just like mechs that use magic to fight. And I'm enjoying the game quite a bit. The cast is really awesome, actually. Despite not having voice acting or anything like that, because this is a game that came out on the Super Nintendo, it's actually really charming when it comes to its writing. The opera house scene, which if anyone's played Final Fantasy VI a decent amount through, will know that scene. It's pretty famous. It's super fun, especially fighting Ultros on the stage and using chainsaws to take him down. So it was pretty crazy. But basically the story of the game is there's only a handful of people. As far as I could tell, there's only 2 people that can use magic in the whole world. The rest is really mechanized now, almost steampunky, and people are trying to get hold of these magic users and kind of take advantage of them, and basically turn their power directly into energy that they call magicite. Which are basically little gems, I guess. They call these people espers, I believe, just these magical beings. But right now in the story, basically the main character, because the cast is huge, I guess you can kind of relate to anyone, but I think the main character is really Terra. Has been taken, if I remember right, because this happened before I started doing this. I think she met with another Esper or something, or we got some magicite, and then she transformed into an Esper and just up and disappeared. So we were trying to find her, and I think the Empire has her or something like that. So we're trying to get her back, but it's been super fun. I was stuck for a little bit. I was at this Imperial base that was chock full of guards, and anytime you'd go near them, you'd end up in a battle, and even if you won, you would get kicked out of the base. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? So I just looked up a walkthrough, and I was like, oh, I need to be in a village way off in the distance. So I'm there now, which just so happens to be that Magitech factory, which is like awfully confusing. There's tough enemies in there, but like it's really like long and the paths are really strange. You have to like go through pipes and stuff, which I didn't realize at first. So I was like fighting a bunch of really high level, or not high level, like high hitting enemies. And, you know, having to like use up all my resources to keep my party alive. Eventually it died last night before I could get to like the next scripted scene. But I'm enjoying it so far. I think, like I said, I think I'm almost halfway through the game. To anyone who hasn't played Final Fantasy VI, who doesn't know how it operates, unlike 15, which is like real-time battle, almost a hack and slash sort of thing going on with that one, Final Fantasy VI uses the ATB system, or the active time combat, or active time battle system. Basically, like, everyone's attack is on like a timer and a cooldown. So it's pretty standard fare. 6 is pretty famous for being like one of the best in the series. A lot of people quarrel over whether that's Final Fantasy 7 or 6. Sometimes people throw in Final Fantasy 4, but you know, everybody has their preferences. But I've been enjoying it a whole lot. So I'll be going through 6, and I'll probably be able to beat it before Kingdom Hearts actually comes out. That's my next game. Gravity Rush 2 is coming out, which I really want to play. But I think I'll wait till 2.8 before I like move on to something else, so that way I can finish 6. But I just wanted to make this video. I'll probably have another video clip right after this one. Because I kind of like the idea of just videotaping myself at the beginning of the week and then at the end of the week and see how like impressions have changed if I've like beaten the game already like I did with Witcher. So I'll get back to you in another video. If not, this will just be the end. Alright? If you guys have any comments or anything, have any questions or anything like that about the series, go ahead and put it down. And I will just see you next time on the Totally Casual Gauntlet. Alright, so it is the end of week 2, and I've actually done it. I beat Final Fantasy VI. I did way too much grinding. Like, I don't know if I even want to, like, play another JRPG after doing all the grinding that I did. I didn't even really need to do it. So I was just before the World of Ruin section, which is kind of halfway through the game, I guess. The later half of the game is just like recruiting your party members back up to take down Kefka in the final area, Kefka's tower. But like the main people that I wanted to bring to the fight, I mean, you bring your whole cast, whoever you recruit. I just got everybody since I'm following like an IGN guide, which pretty much tells you everything you need to know. So I leveled up like crazy. Like everybody was around like level 35 or 40, and my main 4 were like level 45 to 50. So, and it was weird because like a lot of the fights were like kind of difficult when like the party split up into 3, but like at the very end, you know, when you're fighting Kefka, it was like really stupidly easy. Like it wasn't really that hard at all. But I spent way too much time grinding. I would say though, Final Fantasy VI had a pretty decent story. The characters are awesome. The ending it's okay, in my opinion. But I'm finally done. I finished a Final Fantasy game all the way through. So, yay, it's another game off the list. Now I spun, and I got... here, actually, hold up, because I'm about ready to play it now. I have this, which is, oh, I don't want to zoom in more. There we go. I got Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Probably can't tell from the screen. I can't go backwards either. But yeah. So I've got Rise of the Tomb Raider next. Probably won't take all that long since the game's a whole lot linear and I won't have to do any grinding. As you saw on the screen there, I've only gone through like 20% of the game, so I'm still kind of at the beginning. When I first started playing it, I was trying to get like every like piece of resource and everything, but I think I might just ignore it because it really doesn't seem like the guns and the weapons you upgrade are really all that necessary. So I'll probably blow through this one really quickly and then be on the next thing. I expect to be done with this game within like a day or two. So I'll probably end up having this game on the list. I think Gravity Rush 2 comes out this Friday. So I'll probably be done with this in time for Gravity Rush 2, and then I'll play that. But that's the end of week 2. Hope you guys are enjoying the series from Austin and I. If you have any comments, just leave them down below. If you like the videos, go ahead and like them. And of course, if you have any questions, you can just write them down there too. But I will see you guys on the 3rd week. I think I'll just do what Austin's been doing now, is just like make a video at the end of each week instead of the dual thing, because like at the beginning of this video, I'm like, I kind of like the beginning and the end thing, which is alright, but I think it kind of leaves opportunity for me to repeat myself, which you don't really need in a video that's only maybe like 7 minutes long or something like that. Like it just cuts immediately from beginning to end. So I'll just do one at the end of the week. So I'll see you guys again next week.